It was the Valentine's Day murder that stunned the world. 6 months after Oscar Pistorius shot dead his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp, the Blade Runner has appeared in court in Pretoria. The 26-year-old double amputee is accused of her murder.
Today, a date was set for the trial of the South African Olympic and Paralympic star, which is expected to start on March 3rd next year. Pistorius denies murdering Steenkamp, saying he shot her after mistaking her for an intruder. Heather looks back at the last 6 months.
On Valentine's Day this year, police arrested Paralympic star Oscar Pistorius at his home in Pretoria after he shot and killed his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp. The next day, the athlete broke down in tears as he was charged with murder. Pistorius denied the charge in the strongest possible terms. Well, on the 19th of February, he told police that he mistook his girlfriend for an intruder, that he was filled with a horrible fear that someone was breaking into his home. Well, after spending more than a week in police custody and a 4-day bail hearing, the Blade Runner was granted bail set at R1 million. So last week, prosecutors confirmed that they had finalised their case against Pistorius. Earlier today, on what would have been Riva Steenkamp's 30th birthday, Oscar Pistorius was back in court, where the prosecution's case was presented and a trial date set. The noise of the world's cameras clicking away at a bewildered Pistorius is something we've seen before. The same courtroom, the same judge, and the same stunned look on the Blade Runner's face. Before proceedings began, Oscar joined hands with his sister Amy and his brother Carl and began to pray. With his eyes closed and head bowed, Pistorius looked fragile. Moments later, the Paralympian runner broke down, just a few metres away from his girlfriend's best friends, Kim and Gina Myers, on what would have been Riva Steenkamp's 30th birthday. Pistorius denies murdering his lover and claims the shooting was a terrible tragedy in which he mistook her for an intruder. Away from the television cameras, the prosecution outlined their case. With the state's investigation now over, Pistorius was told the full extent of his charges, including murder and possessing unlicensed ammunition. He was told his trial would begin on the 3rd of March next year. The Blade Runner was emotional, looking back to his family who sat behind him. He addressed Magistrate Desmond Nair as Sir, as he has done throughout. At times, Mr. Nair had to ask Oscar to speak louder. With the eyes of the world on the young South African, he seemed isolated and alone. But, still a big brother, he leaned over to wipe a tear away from his sister's eye. Meanwhile, in Port Elizabeth, 6 months after their daughter was shot dead, Riva's parents have said that they will bake a cake for their daughter on her 30th birthday. His third appearance in court was swift. Pistorius confirmed he would arrange his own defence and call on his own witnesses. The state provided a 107-person witness list, an indication that the trial, due to start on March the 3rd, will take many more twists and turns before its end.